Hey guys, so not ideal. I am totally facing the wrong way, but I cannot flip my phone to go back and forth between looking at me and looking at the makeup palettes we're going to be using. So, without further ado, let's do this. Since this would be my third time trying, we're going to swatch today the Revolution London Ultra Eyeshadow Palettes. I have this one, which is Mermaids Forever, and I have Flawless 2, and we will swatch each line going left to right on my arm. This specific palette does not come with names of the colors. The other palette does. So I will give off the names of each color from the Flawless palette, but this one, they don't have names, so, maybe we can come up with some. Or maybe not. Maybe we can just say they're beautiful and leave it at that. So without further ado, let me swatch the first line for you, and we will come right back. So here is the first row from the very tippy top, which you can barely see, just there where the bottom part of the P for my tattoo is, and then going down my arm. These colors are very, very beautiful, very, very shimmery, and I think they all could definitely be used as beautiful highlighters or even just gorgeous, gorgeous eyeshadows. So I'm starting to really like the idea of having these as multiple facets. So that is always, always very fun. So again, this is the top row here, going left to right. Let's go to the second row. So here's the second row from the left to the right in the palette. Just between that very pretty pink and that beautiful blue, there is a kind of, in the palette, it looks kind of like a rosy color, but it's probably more lavender. It's very, very light on my skin, but it's also very pretty. And then down. So again, beautiful highlighting shades, beautiful eye shades. I'm using my finger and not a brush, and these are all each one swipe down my arm. So the pigment is there in most of the colors. That rosy color, I can't say that the pigment is not there. I'm just incredibly pale. So they're all very, very pretty colors. And again, that is the second row there. So let's go to the third. The third row here is very, very, very pretty. Please don't mind my makeup remover. But here, again, row three swatched. I love that sage green color. I absolutely adore that coppery brown. And that orange is to die for. And again, so many options. Highlighting, eyeshadow, transitions. Just, I can picture so many beautiful fall colors and even some really great summery spring colors. So I'm very excited to be using this palette as soon as I can. Now I do have to say that for me, I had to swipe more for the lighter colors than I do for these darker shades. One or two little swirls in the pan for these darker shades for all of that pigment, but several more for the very lighter shades. And you can feel the difference. Really? And you can feel the difference as well when you're touching them on, like right away I was like, oh, this one's going to have a ton of pigment. So obviously when you have darker colors, you tend to have a lot more pigment than with the lighter colors, especially in shimmers, in my opinion, from what I have found. So again, this is row 3 of this Mermaid Forever palette. And now we will move on to the fourth and final. So again, we are swatching We are swatching the fourth row on the arm. And before I even show you, number one, they're gorgeous, but these two colors, this one and this one, I cannot wait to mix and match with these. I already have a gorgeous idea. It's going to be beautiful for the holidays. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here you go. More beautiful highlighty shades, but look at those two, this copper color and this more like burnt, I don't even know what you would call it, like a burnt rosy color. I am living for these two colors. They are gorgeous. And then the rest of the swatches here, these would also be beautiful together, all three even. But again, I have to say that with these purpley pink colors, there isn't much pigment to them, at least on my skin. They're very, very light, but so am I, so that makes it difficult. But these are all very gorgeous, very shimmery, and for a price point of $12 on Ulta, you literally cannot go wrong with that. But just look at that color. I am excited. I'm excited. So anyway, so I can stop being so sing-songy. That's horrible. I'm sorry if your ears have died. Rest in peace. We're going to move on to the Flawless palette now. And that one has names. So as I go, I will give you the names for each one. Aww. Flawless 2. So I think those two on the far right might be very similar to the ones that we just had in the Mermaid palette, but we're going to find out. Now, these palettes, this one in particular, it's like breaking into Fort Knox. I am not a huge fan of that. If I feel like I'm going to rip my nails off, I'm not excited for that. But, you know, anyway, that's one small complaint that I have, which is completely pointless because we're talking about the colors. So for the first row here, the colors from left to right are called Pure, Skill, Complexion, Best, Outsmart, Top, Impeccable, and Sound. And this is what they look like on the arm. So here they are swatched on the arm, again, from left to right. There are some really, really pretty, small dog. There are some really, really, really pretty matte colors, which are hard to see here. Again, I know my skin is so pale, but they're beautiful, beautiful transition colors. And then we move down. There's one between that creamy color right at the tippy top of my tattoo and this brown. It's kind of pinky, but I can't see it on me very well. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit better. And those are the other two. This bottom one here is a little different than in the Mermaid palette, but it's still very, very pretty. So again, here is our first row, and we're going to move on to the second row. The second row names, before I swatch them on my arm, are called Perfect, Absolute, Outdo, Triumph, Complete, Overcome, Official, and Expert. So hang on. So again, here's the second row. The tippy top one going across the bottom of the P is a creamy color. And then the copper, and then another beautiful creamy highlighty color, and more transition shades. That red on the bottom reminds me of the lighter red of the two that I really love in the Mermaid palette. But these, again, are really, really pretty and really shimmery. I have to say I am incredibly impressed. Again, $12 a palette. I'll take it. So on to the third one. The names on those from left to right are Shine, Faultless, Upper, Infinite, Entire, Unconditional, Master, and Unbroken. So let's swatch these. So again, this is the third row that we're swatching. Really. So again, that orangey coppery color is there, very similar to the other one, just a little bit more brown. Then we have more beautiful transition shades that you can barely see on my skin. And then this beautiful brown. And this second from last is actually a gorgeous velvety purple shimmer. And the bottom one is a beautiful gunmetal. I am obsessed. My car is actually the color of this bottom one, and I specifically searched around for it. That's how much I love gunmetal gray. So I'm so happy to have it in a palette. You have zero idea. I mean, you might. If you love it as much as I do, then you completely understand. But here we go again, from top to bottom, or left to right on this palette. These are the arm swatches for those. Beautiful colors. Now, the final fourth row. So the final and fourth row are called, from again, left to right, Excel, Finish, Victory, Accomplish, Whip, Peerless, Beat, and Hole. Like a hole in the ground. I mean, for real. Oh, wait, hold on. Pause. Can't read white. Grammatical error. That is not a hole in the ground. Are we for real? Sorry. Can't read. I can't read. I am college educated and cannot read. Whole, as in whole. You are a whole person. Or whole, as in learn the whole grammatical definition for the words you're reading off. Anyways, I'm tired. I've tried to do this video 3 times. Forgive me. Whole. That's this one here. Anyway, fourth row. Swatches. Obsessed. This is my favorite row. I picture a bajillion different smoky eyes with this. Again, look at how it covers up the tattoos. These have stunning, stunning potential for both beautiful, beautiful eyes and beautiful, beautiful highlights. So I'm going to set them side by side and give you my final thoughts. So here are my thoughts on these 2 palettes. This is the Mermaids Forever, and this is the Flawless 2. I did think that these 2 colors here, specifically these 2, matched these 2, and I might not necessarily be wrong, but let's see if I can. They are a little bit shimmerier. They're very pretty. There aren't too many complete exact duplicates in here. As a matter of fact, I don't think there really are. This palette, though it's shimmery, and it definitely came up very shimmery on my skin, and I can't 100% say that it isn't completely because I did Mermaids first, but I took off as much of the makeup as I could with makeup wipes. I mean, guys, they're used and abused. I had 3 of them. For real. These are much more matte, and these are obviously much more shimmery. You also get many more beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors here in different hues, brightnesses, darker colors, but these are definitely all shimmers. So if you prefer a more matte or more natural palette, Flawless 2 is beautiful. And they still have some really stunner colors involved as well. So again, for the price point, which I'm almost positive they were $12 a piece, they may have been on sale. They might be about $15, but they're under $20 for 32 colors per palette. Even if you get half of those, or 2/3 that are perfect for you, for that price point, I can't imagine that you would go wrong. I mean, I have Too Faced colors, I have Tarte colors. These remind me a lot of Tarte colors in the pigment. At least the Tarte Seaside palette that I have, Seaside or Seascape palette that I have, it recently just came out. The pigments are not nearly as deep as my Nikki for Too Faced. I don't want to say too much more. The chocolate bar as well is also incredibly pigmented, but those are the only two palettes that I have of Too Faced. But those pigments are out of this world. I'm going to get weird and sniff this. There is 0 scent to this, whereas some have a little bit of a chemically smell, or with Too Faced, everything freaking smells like chocolate, which, I mean, that's kind of a benefit, right? I recommend these. I recommend these absolutely. And if I find any other of their palettes, I will probably snatch them up as fast as I can, because you cannot go wrong, especially when you have an entire palette of beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous transitions like this. Everyone needs something like this in their collection, and the price is perfect. I mean, when you're talking palettes that have maybe, 10 or 12 colors for $40 or more, like the Nikki for Too Faced, even though it came with a collection of things, it was $56. Or that Tarte palette, which I think has maybe 9 colors in it. And I think that might have been 25 or 30. I don't remember, but it wasn't, I won't say cheap. These are not cheap, because I don't like to use that word. I feel like it makes it sound like the product is bad. They weren't as affordable as these are. And for people like me who have a very limited budget, who would love to buy Morphe, MAC, more Too Faced. I want more Too Faced. Anastasia Beverly Hills. These, I think, are gorgeous, and they're definitely something to have. Please let me know if you've purchased any of these palettes, especially the Mermaids Forever and this Flawless 2 palette. What do you think of them? Do you like them? Do you use them a lot? What are some ideas? Can you come up with any ideas within these 2 palettes that you would like to see me make a really great eye look? Let me know. I have some really great ideas, so I'm super stoked. Let's pull a word out of the 90s. I'm super stoked to throw something together with these in the next week or so, so get excited, because we're going to be playing with palettes. The next thing that I'm getting in the mail will be all 3 Naked palettes by Urban Decay, so stay tuned for those. But right now, I am so happy with these 2 palettes. I'm excited to use them, and I hope you enjoyed watching the swatches. Please like, comment, subscribe. Give me some ideas. Again, I'm open to new and wonderful ideas. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. You'll see my face next time. It won't just be palettes on a pillow. I just really, really wanted to swatch these for you guys. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments and the shares on Twitter. It means the world to me. So I will see you next time with the look that I wore today. I think that'll be the next little makeup get together. I keep trying to come up with a word other than tutorial, because I don't feel like that I am an artiste, you know, where I can say, yeah, let me do a makeup tutorial. So our next makeup get together, we'll use air quotes, will be very soon, and I will be doing the look I have on today, which is this beautiful purple and silver color with the Nikki for Too Faced palette. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.